I'm going to be doing a review of the 55mm FangShi ShiShuang Funs Puzzle 2x2 from wallbuys.com. This 2x2 is 55mm, so that's significantly bigger than the normal 50mm 2x2 size, and only slightly smaller than the normal 57mm size for 3x3 cubes. So I'll talk a bit about the size later, but first I'll just cover the basics of the cube. You can get the normal sized ShiShuang 2x2 with embedded tiles, but as far as I've seen, this one only comes with stickers. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because although they do wear out, stickers are replaceable, which can be good if you don't like the standard color scheme. But you know, the shades are fine on this cube. This cube has a very crispy feel. You can really hear it turn and crunch. However, it is still very fast. It's really as fast as you need it to be. Turn speed isn't really much of a deciding factor on a 2x2, because with lubricants and tensioning you can really make it turn as fast or slow as you want. But this cube is able to get to fast enough speeds for pretty much anyone. The corner cutting on this cube is quite good. It can do 45 degrees quite easily, but then if you try to go to where the curve ends, it really struggles to cut it. So I wouldn't say the corner cutting on this cube is quite as good as the 50mm ShiShuang 2x2, but it's probably about the same standard as a Dian 2x2, so it still cuts corners as much as you're really going to need. I'd say the biggest fault in this cube is definitely the lockups. When you turn it, you can really hear it crunching and clicking, and as you can see just there, it often will catch and it'll actually feel like it's going to pop, even though it doesn't really happen. So this can make solves quite awkward and slow. So that's probably the worst thing about this cube. It locks up quite a lot, like more than the regular size ShiShuang 2x2 does, and really more than most 2x2s. Popping isn't really a problem on this cube. Like the normal sized one, this cube has an anti-pop mechanism, which means you can turn really as fast as you want and try to cut ridiculous angles and it's still not going to pop. So if you really don't want a popping cube, then this one won't pop for you. I find the bigger size of this cube quite interesting. I've played around with it and it definitely does feel different for someone like me who's been used to solving 50mm 2x2s for years. So it definitely feels different, and I'd say I prefer the normal size. This just feels like it fills up too much of your hand and it just makes it hard to properly grip it and control it. However, the size isn't overwhelming or anything. You can still cube quite well on this. And if you're someone with really large hands who finds normal size 2x2s just a bit small and hard to use, then this 2x2 could definitely be worth considering. The size really isn't that bad and could work for people with bigger hands or just people who would prefer a bigger 2x2. Overall, I think this is quite a good 2x2, but if you want a FangShi 2x2, you'd probably be better off going with the smaller size, as the smaller size one tends to perform better, and this one's too big for most people's hands. However, if you've found that normal 2x2s are too small for you and you really want something bigger, then this would be a good 2x2 for you, because the 55mm size could be great for people with big hands.